Hello and welcome to ArtLauncher.Online's first tutorial video. This video will walk you through registration and setting up your initial settings. So let's begin. When you get to the ArtLauncher.Online homepage, you can click on Sign Up and you can fill out your details, your first name, last name, email, and your site title, which will be posted up at the top where it says ArtLauncher.Online, and your site URL. The site URL needs to be unique for our website, and it will end with .artlauncher.online, so you don't want to put any dots. This is just the first part of it. And then it'll set up your account. It'll take a minute to set up the databases and the initial settings for you. And when it's done, you'll say thanks for signing up, and it'll tell you that you've got an email at your registration email. So you go to your email, and you can disregard the second and third lines in my email box there. ArtLauncher.Online receives notifications when new users sign up, but yours will look like the one on the top where it says your new ArtLauncher.Online account is ready. So you click on that, and you click on click here to activate your account. And it'll go to the initial password setup page. What I recommend doing here, it will recommend a secure password for you. The best way to pick a secure password is to just copy what they give you. I mean, you can pick whatever password you want, but I highly recommend picking a secure password. The best way to do it is to copy what they give you. Make sure you click copy on it first, and click reset password. Click login. Type in your email that you registered with as your username. Right click and click paste, or do Control V and click remember me and log in. And then you can do your initial setup. ArtLauncher needs your street address so that when we estimate shipping costs, we'll use your street address that you enter here as the from address, and your customer's address as the to address, so that we can get an accurate shipping estimate for you. On this page, you probably want to leave it default if you're in the United States. It is basically setting up your store currency and how it displays the currency symbol. And this enter price inclusive of tax section is about when you enter a price for one of your art pieces. Say, for example, you enter $1,000 for the price of your art piece. If this is set to no, then the system knows that you're not including tax in that $1,000, meaning it's going to tack on tax, if applicable, to that $1,000. So if it was 5% tax, it'd charge the customer $1,050. If you say yes here, then it will charge the customer $1,000, figure out the applicable tax. It'll assume that you're going to pay the tax out of that $1,000. If you're in the U.S., people generally tend to assume that you should set this to no, but other countries, maybe where they have VAT tax, then they're more used to seeing the price inclusive of tax, so you might say yes. In any case, ArtLauncher.Online knows, based on your address and the buyer's address, how much tax to charge, if at all, by integrating with a third-party partner called TaxJar that knows about VAT taxes and state taxes and whether or not to charge in any given situation. So if you're in the US, leave this as default for now. The next page is to set up your Stripe account. Stripe is the system that we use for payment processing in ArtLauncher.Online. We chose to go with Stripe as opposed to PayPal or something else, because when you bounce your customer over to when you use PayPal, it bounces them over to PayPal to pay, and then it bounces them back. And Stripe makes it look much more professional. Everything's kept on your website. They enter their credit card information just like they're used to entering it on somebody's website. Um, and it doesn't have to bounce them around to PayPal. So it looks much cleaner and more professional to have it on your own page. So in this page, you'll see a link to instructions on how to set up your Stripe account. So you click follow these instructions and it'll pop up in a new window. Now you have one window with your stripe.com setup instructions and the other one with the initial setup that you left at the part with the Stripe setup. In step 2 on the Stripe instructions, you click this link to open up a new window or web browser tab, and it gets you to the Stripe setup. And you click sign up and you give it your email address. I recommend using the same address as you used for your Art Launcher setup, but it's not necessarily required. Make sure you pick a strong password again, because it's important to not have easily guessable passwords online. You can see it's going to let you know as well what it thinks of your password. And click create your account. Now you're in Stripe, and you can see on the instructions the next step says, we just did the step where we register, and the next step says click go straight to your dashboard, the blue link at the bottom. So we click go straight to your dashboard, then we go back to the instructions, and we see that the next step says click on your account and then click account settings up in the top right hand corner. So we go back to Stripe, we click your account, account settings, and then the next step is going to say click API keys. So you click API keys like we just did, and you're going to see 4 fields. You're going to see these 4 fields have the keys that we need to connect from Art Launcher to your Stripe account. So we're going to copy and paste those 4 fields from Stripe into the 4 fields in your initial setup. So right click on test secret key and click copy and paste test secret key, copy test publishable key, paste test publishable key, right click on live secret key and click copy and paste, and then live publishable key. And then click next. Now this is the last page, and you're going to, and that's the end of the instructions. And so we can close the instructions and we can log out of Stripe. Always make sure you log out of accounts online. It's better security that way. And then we're picking a tagline for our site. The tagline will go right up here at the top underneath your site title. If you don't pick one, it'll just say powered by Art Launcher. If you have a logo image, you can also upload it here, and it'll replace the tagline and the site title. And you're done. And you have a smiley happy face saying that you're ready to go. Thanks for signing up, and thanks for watching this video. Let us know what you think and how we can make everything easier for you. Bye.